Rupa, you're an entrepreneur, right? You are the CEO. So my evident question is, how do you find a balance in managing the finances of yourself as against that of the business? And are you good at it?
It's a very good question. To be super honest with you, it is hard because as vigilant that you can get professionally, you can steer course when you're thinking of it personally. The innate quality kicks in of being a little lethargic, not being as literate. But as soon as you're looking at it from a professional financial implication, you're responsible for more lives and more people. Your accountability is higher, your ownership is higher. And when you steer course and look at it personally, it's only for you, right? Because yeah, I come from an independent family where everyone's doing well for themselves. So it's more like it's just for me, creating wealth for self. And so that active interest can take a backseat. It's important to diversify your funds. It's important to apply the multiplier effect, whether it is professional or personal. Personally, I think there's a limited amount of funds that probably you're working with. Right? Professionally, you have more scope of like investing in companies as well, right? And you can also look at how do you manage your cash flow. Very similar to your personal. Do you want to keep everything in your bank account as bank balance? Or do you want to actually go ahead and utilize those funds? And you can look at how do you multiply those funds. There are multiple things that you can do even with giving back to society, which happens both professionally as well as personally. The good piece about it, it can be used for your tax planning under ATG. It gets covered for both the entities, right? And you also feel good about giving back to society. The other piece that I think, which I struggle with quite a bit, is the risk-taking appetite kind of takes a little more lower ratio personally, because suddenly you feel that, hey, traditionally, right, we all want money in the bank, emergency funds. So I would strongly advocate start creating these emergency funds. Keep that separate, but also plan for how do you go ahead and invest in certain things that you always wanted to do. I know the government's come up with schemes for a lot to do with housing loan interest for certain loan rates. Of course, it's not free for all, and it's not for the villas that you want to purchase at a specific level. But there are rebates that women get. It's very important for you to also be aware of these rebates and also actively take part, right? Because it's not about buying that house alone. You're also giving employment to multiple people. I mean, if you were to think of it that way, you can put your personal funds to better use. Yeah. So personal, professional, if I were to rate myself or rank myself, I think professionally I do a better job. Personally, I'm still learning. Professionally, you get help. You have like a finance head in the company who's always advocating. You've got legal support. You can go back and check an external auditor to come and check your funds. But personally, we fall a little short of all that. If we can apply a similar logic there and go to the auditor, or even go and do an audit of your own personal funds, I think it could be very much in balance, and there could be a balance that I could strike. So I'm still learning. That's how I'd like to put it.